Yo, what is good YouTube? It's the Deli, back with another Destiny 2 build video. In this background gameplay, I am in the legendary Lightfall campaign in the mission Breakneck, which caps me 15 light levels below. So even though I'm at a constant disadvantage, I'm absolutely destroying all of these enemies. This Lucky Pants Hunter build gives you an insane amount of damage to your hand cannons. With a kinetic weapon surge, we're going to get an extra 10% on top of that. And we even have pocket debuffs. We have a 30% debuff with our tether and 15% debuffs with our grenade and melee ability. Let's take a look at the build. Alright, so jumping into the build, we are going to be pairing the exotic hand cannon Malfeasance with the exotic leg armor Lucky Pants. Lucky Pants armor perk is a legally modded holster. When you ready a fully loaded hand cannon that deals kinetic damage or damage type that matches your subclass energy, each hit from that hand cannon increases the damage of the next shot for a short time against a combatant. Hand cannons ready faster and are more accurate immediately after swapping to them. These pants are really strong. You get up to a 500% damage boost to your hand cannons if you could shoot fast enough. And since the Malfeasance is a 180 RPM, you will reach that 500% damage buff. The extra burst damage that the Malfeasance does won't be affected by Lucky Pants, but it is a little bit of damage added on top. And what makes Malfeasance so good in this build is it has intrinsic unstoppable. So this is going to be really good in Grandmaster Nightfalls, Master Lost Sectors, Legendary Lost Sectors. The Malfeasance was also given an exotic catalyst this season, which grants it Vorpal Weapon, which gives it an additional 20% damage against bosses, vehicles, and guardians in their super. This just makes this hand cannon even stronger. Alright, so taking a look at our super abilities, aspects, and fragments, we're going to be on Shadow Shot Deadfall. This is going to apply a 30% debuff to whoever is affected by our tether. Really strong with our build. We're going to be doing huge damage with our hand cannon, and when that debuff out of luck is up, we'll just switch to a linear and continue to do big damage. For our abilities, we're going to be using Marksman's Dodge. This will reload your weapon that you're holding when you dodge. Just pretty straightforward. We're going to be using Triple Jump. We only have one melee option, but it is a really great option. This is going to apply weaken to whoever is snared. And for our grenade of choice, we're going to be using Vortex Nade. Just a really solid option. And with one of our fragments, it's going to be applying weaken. For the aspects, we're going to be using Vanishing Step. Pretty straightforward. When you dodge, it makes you invisible. Just pocket invisibility. And then our next aspect is going to be Stylish Executioner. Defeating a weakened, suppressed, or volatile target grants invisibility and true sight. After performing a stylish execution, your next melee attack while invisible weakens targets. This is really strong. We're going to be applying weaken, and since there's an artifact mod, when you get a final blow on a void debuff target and you create a void breach, it's going to proc the other artifact mod, which gives you free overshield. So this is just going to help with the overall, gameplay of the build. For the fragments, we're going to be using Echo of Expulsion. Void ability final blows cause targets to explode. Really good for ad clear, and it's a +10 to our intellect. The next void fragment is going to be Echo of Obscurity. Finisher final blows grant invisibility, and it is a +10 to our recovery stat, which is always good. Just another way to get free invis. Our next fragment is going to be Echo of Starvation. Picking up a Void Breach or an Orb of Power grants Devour. Like I said, we're going to be creating Void Breaches via Stylish Executioner, and we're going to be creating lots of Orbs of Power. So we're going to have Devour up a lot of the time, which is going to give us free health regen and free grenade regen as well. And our last fragment is going to be Echo of Undermining. Your Void grenades weaken targets. Another way to apply that weaken and create Void Breaches. It is a -20 to discipline, but we do have something to work around that. Alright, so going over our special weapon and heavy weapon of choice, we went over our Malfeasance already. I'm going to be bringing a Nessa's Ablation to the build. My role has Demolitionist and Destabilizing Rounds. Destabilizing Rounds is good here because I'm going to be applying Volatile to nearby targets. So this is going to play into our artifact mods, Unto the Breach, Protective Breach, and Supernova. Unto the Breach, defeating a Void debuff target creates a Void Breach while your Void subclass is equipped. So we're going to be able to create Void Breaches. When we pick up a Void Breach, it's going to grant us Overshield or refresh an existing Overshield. And then picking up a Void Breach will also cause our next source of Void damage to create a large weakening pulse. So you can see the combo here. We're gonna just constantly be weakening, causing volatile, and getting free over. Just a really strong combo. And our heavy of choice is going to be a Taipan. Alright, so taking a look at our armor mods on our helmet, we're going to be using one Void Siphon and one Kinetic Siphon, and we're also going to be using one Heavy Ammo Finder. On our gauntlets, we're going to be using one Firepower, so our grenade final blows create orbs of power, one Kinetic Loader, so we can reload that Malfeasance faster, and one Font of Focus. This is going to give us plus 30 to our discipline when we have armor charge. We're going to be sitting at 100 discipline almost all of the time. On our chest armor, this right here is preference. I like concussive dampener, lots of AoE damage in the game, one arc resist, and I'm also using one void reserves. On our lucky pants, we're going to be using one void surge, one kinetic surge, and font of agility. This is going to give us a 10% damage buff to our void weapons and a 10% damage buff to our Malfeasance when we have armor charge. Just really helps with that DPS. And this is going to apply a plus 30 to our mobility stat when we have armor charge. And on our hunter cloak, we're going to be running one bomber. It reduces our grenade cooldown when we dodge. One font of restoration, a plus 30 to our recovery stat when we have armor charge. And one time dilation. Our armor charge stacks are going to last even longer. Alright, so here's a quick little recap of the build. You can see all the mods I used here on the left hand side and all of the artifact mods I have equipped. And a quick little look at the weapons and the weapon rolls. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe on the build. If you try the build out, let me know how you like it in the comments down below. I will have the dim link in the description along with my Twitch link and other socials. Thanks again for the support, and peace.